Welcome to video from synthesizerlifestyle.com. This is a new free set for the called Wavestate. This is based on the Elka Synthex. Shane Parker sent me samples of the Elka Synthex, and I thought I'd incorporate those into a set of programs and performances. I've also done one for the Modwave as well. That's already available. Check that out on synthesizerlifestyle.com. So these set of samples, which you can load in through the core sample builder, which I'll talk about towards the end of the video, and there's a set of performances and programs as well. So you can see we've got 59 performances and programs. I'm going to demonstrate in this video the performances which show the samples. So they're all multi-samples that I've created from the source samples from Shane. There's usually one sample per octave, and then I've incorporated those into the layers. So I'm going to demonstrate some of those now. So like I said, these are a free set. So the first one is bass cellos. Now, for the naming of these, I've used more often than not the name from the sample from Shane. So these are probably what were either on the original factory presets or what was created on Shane's set. So they may not sound like a bass cello, but they actually sound like nice synth sounds. So I'm demonstrating these on the rack version as well, but it works with all the versions of Wavestate, SE, the native versions as well. So this is bass cellos, which is, it's got a really nice synthetic character. Not sure it sounds like a bass cello, but that isn't the idea. The idea is some nice synth sounds. And that one is the Synth Pluck, and as you can see in here, those are the samples that I brought in. So you've got all these Synthex samples on there. We've got Chimes. Which I think is a nice sort of analog type sort of bell sound. And then we've got Chorale, which is, I think this is supposed to be like a vocal sound. Which I think most of the time it probably is a vocal type sound, but I think it actually is quite a vocal sound for an analog synth anyway. If you have a look online about the Synthex used by Jean-Michel Jarre, amongst others, and I have got one of his sounds included in this collection. In fact, let me go to that now, save you waiting around. I'll show you the sequence one after, but this is the Laser Harp one. It's got a nice syncing in there. I have been working on recreating this on the Modwave and on multipoly. I think I can get closer with the multipoly, but that's an actual sample of the synth that Jean-Michel Jarre used. You'll hear the sequence one later. So carrying on with them where we were before, we've got a clavichord. So that's a nice sort of square, hollow sort of lead sound. And a clavichord 2 sounds more like a clavichord. Clavinet. So is it clavinet? I've not put loads of effects on these as well. Relatively dry. I usually use the compression and the chorus for these demos so that you can hear them. Yeah, a bit of compression, chorus, and delay and reverb, but not over the top too much on those. Just wanted to highlight the samples, and I've not done loads of multi-layers on these as well to keep them nice and clean. This is a double bass. It's like a double bass, but it does sound like a very nice synth sound. Couple of electric pianos. Couple of electric pianos now. Which don't really sound like electric pianos. You could play around with the envelopes and get that, and get it sort of more piano sounding, I suppose. But these are the original samples. I haven't messed with the envelope. I'll leave the samples as these performances of the samples with the full envelope, so you can hear what they're like, and then you can adjust them yourselves. Here's electric piano 2. Bit more piano-like. And filter chorus. I haven't used any filter on that. It's just the filter fully open as it was a sample. We've got a funky clav. So it's called funky clav, but I think it actually is a nice polysynth sound. High pass sweep. Again, as the sample, there's no actual high pass filter on here. You could do that yourself. Really usable synth sounds that. And then the Laser Harp sequence. This is one I've sort of done myself. So I've took the Laser Harp sound and I've sequenced them. It's a wave sequencing along with the original sound. There's the original sample, Ring Rod 2. And then I've created, I've used a kick as well to get this. So you can hear the layers there. Kick. So you've got the main Laser Harp, you've got the sequence, and then another sequence. So you can see I'm using the pitch on that, and then the kick. put it all together. You get that? So a nice little fun pattern on there. Metallic P. Metallic P. Pianette. So it's kind of got a bit of a discordant sound on it. Then we've got a PWM Sweep. Now, when I've done this, there's a number of PWM samples were included. And here you can see there's 4, and I've swept through them using the sequencer. So you get a nice sort of change effect. I've got the arpeggiator on there. It's quite a nice effect if I turn the arpeggiator off and do a single note. You can see what I've done is I've got note advanced. So each time you play a note, it changes the sample. And with the arpeggiator, that obviously triggers that. There's also one that's Sweep that I've linked to the tempo sync as well, without the sequence, and you can hear that one. So there's no note advance on that one, you can just hear it go through. That sounds more like a wave station than the Synthex. I quite like that one. And then we've got the PWM Waves, which I mentioned. So we've got -2, +2, and so on. So 4. So that's a much shorter pulse width. A wider pulse width, so it's more like a square wave, and another short one. So you can combine those, and that's what I did on the other sequence one. This is the Ring Mod 2. This is actually what the Laser Harp is based on. I just tweaked it for that other one to get it sounding better. I did read that the to get that sync effect, there's portamento applied to one of the oscillators on the Synthex. So that's a sync effect that you can hear. So when the 2 oscillators are trying to sync them, which gives you that effect, type effect. And because one of the oscillators has got portamento on it and the other one hasn't, it gives you a slightly more interesting sound than you would do if you just had them without that portamento. This sample captures that, but it doesn't have the portamento effect. I've tried to think of ways I could do that portamento on the multipoly or the monopoly, the multipoly or the Modwave, but I couldn't quite get that portamento just on one layer. So I have got some interesting sync sounds on the multipoly set that's out as well. So this is a nice simple sawtooth. And of course you could just start playing with the envelopes on that. I kept raw samples in there, and this is a square wave. I've also put some poly aftertouch and mod control on this as well. Same with the triangle wave. But these are the building blocks that you can then use in your own wave sequences. So this tremolo pan, I added a bit of panning to it because the sample is called tremolo pan, but it was in mono, so I've added a bit of panning to it. We've got some vibes. Not that vibey, but a nice synth sound to use. Here's Synthex violins. Nice a nice synth string sound on there. So download this free set from digitallifestyle.com. So to import them in, go to your library and go to import. You'll download the bundle from digitallifestyle.com, unzip that. You'll find the Wavestation bundle in that zip file and import that in there. Once you've done that, then you need to get the sample builder and transfer them via the sample builder. I'm going to provide you with a complete sample pack with all the samples and everything, all in the Chorale multi-sample format. So all you need to do is open the bank and then like that one, and browse to the file I gave you, and that will be there. So you'll get all those samples, and then you can transfer those across to your synth. If you already have a sample bank and have samples already in your Wavestate, then what you need to do then is open your existing bank. And I have a set called ID samples, which has got all the samples in that I use. Open that and then add in the performances, the multi-samples that I've provided you. So here you can see my one. You can go then add multi-sample and browse to the folder, like in this case like that, and you'll see all the performances there. So just add those in one at a time to your existing sample bank and then send that down. So that's how you build a sample bank. I've got a full video on this, so please watch that if you're not sure. But basically, every time you do a send, you need to send everything you want to go to the synth in one go in terms of samples. And you can have one master bank, or you can have lots of small sets of banks. It's up to you. So follow that video. It's fairly straightforward though to get those in. And that's the Elka set. So really appreciate Shane Parker sending me those samples. He sent me some others as well. I've got a bit of a backlog on sound design, but yeah, grab those from digitallifestyle.com. They're also available from Modwave as well, separate set of performances and everything. So give that a try if you've got a Modwave, and I'll see you on the next video.